I'll give you a brief synopsis. ChatGPT is using resources from the internet, compiling everybody's collective data from the dawn of wherever it researches data from.
Yeah.
And it uses that to piece together different language models to give you the results that you see on screen. So, if you're using it for creative purposes, there's a chance that it could plagiarize somebody else's stuff if not properly structured right. All right, man, welcome back to another video. Hope your day's going good. And in today's video, this rapper writes with ChatGPT. Now, this is a story that is so near and dear to me. I seen the title and I was like, no, I have to click. Writing with ChatGPT? This is interesting. Let's see.
Yeah, bro. He's smart if you ask me, bro. He just using the resources that the government gave him. I applaud you.
Yo, now's not the time. Now's not the time to admit this. You got to do it a little bit later. Upcoming rapper who was just on the XXL freshman list, Baby Chief Do It, out of Chicago. He was in an interview and admitted that
Baby Chief
he
Do
be
It.
messing around with ChatGPT a little bit when it comes down to writing his songs. And this is a rapper that people mess with. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip first, and then we're gonna get into it.
That shit to write my lyrics, real shit.
Word, ChatGPT?
Hell yeah, that shit work. Well, what I did was I wrote down 4 bars, and I said, write me a song, and then it said, give me a start me off, some shit like that. And bro, I started him off, whatever it is. That shit, it wrote some shit. I never actually used AI before, like until then.
What made you want to do it? Like, what? You just curious?
I had posted on my notes one night. I was bored as hell, and I was like, "Who want to write my next song?" And then this girl had replied to him, like, "I would have just used ChatGPT." So I downloaded that shit.
Damn.
Hey, shit, he still got to put it together, bro.
Yeah.
He still got to write the script, you know, and then he has to record it.
Fact.
And that shit is cold.
Yeah.
That's scary though. Like that, all that AI shit.
Yo, ChatGPT really need a pause on that start me off part. But this, man, this dude, Baby Chief Do It, he's going up right now. This is not what you want to say right now in your career.
That's
because we're really not at the early adoption stage of AI, but when it comes to acceptance, frankly, a lot of these people are idiots. Like the first thing that someone said was, what's the difference between this and having a writer? I put a dunce cap on this fool. I'm not going to highlight his comment because I don't want to shame him in front of everybody. We don't.
Okay, gang. I'll give you a brief synopsis. ChatGPT is using resources from the internet, compiling everybody's collective data from the dawn of wherever it researches data from.
Yeah.
And it uses that to piece together different language models to give you the results that you see on screen. So, if you're using it for creative purposes, there's a chance that it could plagiarize somebody else's stuff if not properly structured right. That's all I gotta say.
Want to flog him in front of the town square. We just want to address anybody that may share in this same sentiment and let them know that they are foolish for thinking this as well. A writer is preparing a song for you. ChatGPT can't do that.
If you want to fact check what I'm saying right now, just do some research into ChatGPT and plagiarism with art. Artists who've been drawing art and creating art have been having battles with ChatGPT over different models that produce artwork. Look that up.
Is like bouncing ideas. Like, for example, and I don't even think people understand how like the basics of an LLM and what it does. Like, this thing can't write a song for you. It's kind of like when people, like what Timbaland's been doing, they think that, oh dude, this person's got an AI software that makes music, they can just make crazy beats. No, you need to know what you're doing. Same thing with the image generators, a little bit different. Like, there's a level of skill and knowledge of the software to be able to manipulate it properly, but we're not going to pretend like it's the same as music. It's more of like a taste thing. But I think this is cool because I think it's better than having a writer. Because if you have a writer, well, let's talk about collaborators. I think there's collaborators, writers, and then whatever this guy's doing. We got to switch up the levels though. So the level is at the lowest, ChatGPT. A little bit higher is collaborator, and then writer. So writer is what Rihanna gets, what Robin Fenty gets. Someone brings in a track, not only just a track, but they bring in a reference track for it, and they're like, okay, you just got to hop in the booth and you just sing it like this. And then, yeah, they just clone it. Which is kind of, it's not odd, but we're not even going to need that anymore. Like, they're not even going to need artists like Rihanna to pull up to the studio. They're going to have all her stuff already prepared on AI. So the person's just going to send in the reference. They're going to be like, whoa, this is a hit. Throw Rihanna's voice on it. Ship it out. Because that's exactly what could have happened with work if AI was there back then. They would have, Rihanna wouldn't have even had to record her vocals. But collaborators, kind of like when people are in the room together and they're not necessarily writing for each other, but someone like, let's say they lay down a couple of bars or like a top line and they're like, yo, I think this would sound better than that. And then you're like, yo, you know what? You're right. And then they throw in that bar and that person would get a writing credit. Is that person a writer? Not really. He's just a collaborator. And then here with ChatGPT, I think he's just, Baby Chief Do It is just organizing his ideas or getting inspiration. So if he's like, yo, I want a song to start like this, but I'm not sure what direction I can take it after. And then it gives him a bunch of different options. He's like, oh, no, this is trash. This is trash. Actually, let me take this. Let me move this around and then let me wrap it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But the majority of people don't like AI right now. So you don't want to say that. It's just going to be used against you. I would have said, like, yo, do not let this come out. Please don't. And the dude's a young buck, too. I think he's, 17, 18? He's still in the teens, like maybe even 19. So I don't think but this just goes to show we're going to have some absolute savages when it comes to like these young bucks that are actually into music in general that are going to be able to use these softwares. I think it's going to be more competitive. Like average music is going to be gone. Like you need to be friggin' making amazing stuff to compete in the near future, which it really just means a better product. But the reason why I say this guy shouldn't use it is first you need a smash hit that everybody loves. That's a number one. And then you're like, yeah, by the way, like I use ChatGPT to write that. Now you do that if you want to ruin your career, to be honest. But at that point, the cognitive dissonance kicks in on such another level that a person won't, they're going to start to justify it for themselves. They're going to be like, well, nah, like, you know, like he just used it for a couple of bars and he just used it for inspiration because they've already committed. They already love the song.
Facts. Like how with Cardi, after everybody heard the, what was the two songs they accused him of? The one with The Weeknd and the other one, where he was singing. Damn, what's the name of that song, bro? It was catchy too. My bitch so bad she can't go outside. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And the one with The Weeknd. Everybody was like, oh shit, Cardi did AI on the mo. But it was too late. They already committed.
It's just like Nav. Like, for example, Nav, everybody loved him already, or his music at least. And then when they found out he was Indian, they were like, shoot, you know, okay, they're just going to keep messing with the music. But had Nav come out first, they would have just dismissed him. They wouldn't have even listened to the music. And even if the music was decent, they would have found a reason to say that it sucked simply because he was Indian. And this is the thing. People would lie to themselves and say, nah, I would have messed with Nav anyway. You think they're lying. No, they're lying to themselves. Because I know that you would not have messed with Nav. Because there's no other reason that 30 plus years there hasn't been another Indian rapper. You're telling me an Indian rapper wasn't making good enough music to get on in the 30 plus years where hip hop was commercially viable? Come on now. Let's be real here. So Nav did it right. He was like, yo, I'm going to stay invisible till I get in. And then y'all guys are going to just have to accept me. Same thing that what's going to happen with AI. We're going to have an AI artist made with AI a song made with AI software. People are going to fall in love with it. It's going to be.
There's going to be an AI artist who's not even real. What that guy say? It's not real. We're going to go to a concert knowing it's AI. You're going to see a guy on the screen. He's like, what? Everybody
Well, gonna bring out a computer.
The computer rolls out to the stage.
Like Karen from SpongeBob.
Exactly what I was thinking. Oh man. He said, what man said? That would make a great thumbnail or emoji, J Stu. Appreciate you. Yeah, bro. All I can say in that regard, man, like that's the future we're heading towards. I think we're gonna close this one out. Roski, you got anything to add?
Oh no, bro, this ain't really big news for me, bro. I don't care if bro use ChatGPT or not. That's just like if my favorite artist comes out and they say, oh, he uses ChatGPT or has a ghostwriter. I'm not gonna stop listening to the music, so it really doesn't matter to me personally.
All right, man, you already know we made it to the end of another video. We love y'all. We grateful for y'all, man. We gonna see y'all in the next one. We out.